Hey guys, it's Easy here, and today I'm going to be making spooky vanilla cupcakes. And the recipe I'm using for these cupcakes is the Food Network's vanilla cupcakes. It's just a plain vanilla cupcake recipe, and I've used this plenty of times before, and I really like how it comes out. And the reason I wanted to do a baking video today is one, because it's a better video than just me talking to you guys, and because I didn't post last week, and two, because I felt like baking and I was seeing everybody do DIY Halloween snacks. So yeah, let's get into it. All-purpose flour, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 stick of softened unsalted butter, 1 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2/3 cup of whole milk, but I'm using almond milk, not a whole tub, but like a couple spoonfuls of Cool Whip, and for the frosting, and then Hershey's chocolate syrup for the web design on the frosting. So you're going to also need, for actually baking this, is 1 large bowl, a second large bowl this is for the dry ingredients, for the wet ingredients, and then you need a whisk, and then measuring cups for measuring all of these out. So we're gonna start with using one of the bowls that you used. Oh, I'm gonna move that. Okay, so you're gonna start by using one of the bowls that you used, and you're gonna put, sorry, I'm moving stuff. And you're gonna put the flour, the 1 1/2 cups of flour in, along with the baking powder and the salt. And then you're going to whisk these together. I already have a whisk. And then you're going to whisk these together. And then one step I forgot to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 350, right? 350. And then so now as that's preheating, we're gonna make this. And so you can also, if you want to now or later, you can grease your cupcakes tins and put the liners already in, but I do that last. So you're gonna whisk the flour, baking powder, and salt in a bowl, and then you're gonna put this aside. And then for the next bowl, which I'm using a electric mixer because this is the butter and everything, and so I'm going to really quickly soften this. Actually, it's pretty soft. Okay, and then you're going to put the butter and sugar in the mixer. You can either do it with your hands, but I prefer to use this, especially if you have it. You can put the butter in there, and then what was this? How many cups were there? 1 cup of sugar. And so you're just going to put your stand mixer. You're going to put this paddle. I don't know, I just use it for a lot. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a baking expert. But yeah, you can use that paddle. You're going to stick it on there. And then usually you're going to put this, you're going to lock it in. And you're going, oops, it's not set. Okay. And then usually I put it to about 4 or usually 5, just to get it all mushed up. And sometimes I use a spoon, but I don't know if I need it this time, and I'm just gonna let it go. And then after this, oops, it's coming out of a bowl, and the sugar, you're going to put the you're gonna beat the eggs in. So you're going to put 1 egg in, and I cannot crack an egg with 1 hand, so I usually use 2. Oh, and I washed my hands before this, so wash your hands. And then I usually just throw this away. And then you're gonna do the second one. Oh, and then you're gonna mix it. And you really don't have to do these at separate times. It's just what the recipe says. And sometimes it works, but it doesn't really matter. And then you're going to beat the second one in. I did not lock it this time, which is probably not a good idea, but I knew I was gonna open it really quickly, so I did not. It's my brother, by the way. And then you're going to beat this again on about 4 this time and not 5. Oh, there's no paper towels. Okay. And then you're usually going to wipe your hands on some towels, but I'm going to rewash my hands just because, to be safe. Now you're gonna wipe it off with the same towel. And then, so once that is pretty mixed, it's basically like a droopy consistency. It's not very pretty, but, and then you're going to, and then you're going to put the vanilla extract in, and I did not measure this because I wanted to show you how I measure this in. You will need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, so you're gonna get your teaspoon, and what I do is I usually put 1 full teaspoon, but I don't know if some of you know, but vanilla extract doesn't always get a full teaspoon, so I do 2 teaspoons, 2 regular teaspoons, and then I put a little bit extra, well, because 1, it makes it taste better, and 2, I didn't get my full amount. And so I usually always do that, and it always turns out the same. But now you're going to mix that in for a little bit. You don't need it to be super high, but then you're going to, okay. So once you've created this weird kind of consistency, you're going to lift the mixer up. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my camera died, but I'm charging it right now. So, while you're mixing this, you're kind of gonna wait till it's just kind of stringing together more, I don't know, appropriately, so it looks less of a mush and more thick. And then you're gonna put the other half of the flour mixture in, and then mix the rest. And usually I put this kind of low, but not too low, because the flour does get everywhere if you put it to 8. And then now is the time that I usually, because this takes a little bit to mesh around, but now I would usually get the baking pan. So this recipe makes 12 cupcakes in all. So you're going to grease the pan. So let me grease it really quickly. Grease, 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 grease. Here we go. So I usually do this over the sink because this does create an oily mess, so I would not do it over what you're eating. So you're just going to spray it. You won't be able to see me, but just lightly spray, well, not lightly, but I sprayed it. And then I'm going to fix the camera angle, but I'm going to show you my can things. So these aren't very Halloween-y, but I did not have time to go and get these because this was just a video that came up 5 seconds ago. But you're going to put these, you're just gonna put muffin tin things in it, but these are kind of like peacock things. I think they look really cute, but they're not very Halloween-y. There's no black on it, there's nothing, but you're just going to line the tins, and it doesn't really matter, but it would look really cute if you did have Halloween tins. So if you can, be cute. And then you're just gonna line these, and then you're gonna fill them. So this recipe is really easy, as you guys can probably see. You just mix stuff, and then I'm gonna mix this for a bit longer, just to make sure that it gets all in there. And be sure to get all the flour off of the sides, so that you can get the best cupcake ever. Okay, so now that I have you guys at a different angle, you guys can see how I do this. So I'm going to go get a ice cream scooper to scoop these in. Where's the ice cream scooper? I'm smart. It's in here. So this ice cream scooper is just it's everyday living ice cream scooper. It's pretty plain. It's just an ice cream scooper. So I'm going to lift this head up. You're going to take off the paddle thing, and you're going to try to get as much of the mixture as you can off, so that you can use it and get as most as you can. And if you want to make 24 cupcakes, just double this recipe and it will work. I just we're not using this for a special occasion or anything. So yeah. And now that's about the most I can get. Oh no, I can get off more. Now you can try to get off all of it, but right now I'm feeling kind of lazy. Oh. So I'm just gonna try to get off the most, but not all of it. And so, oh, that went everywhere. And so now I'm gonna put this in the sink. And so this is basically the consistency and stuff. Yeah, it's so pretty. And so this is probably the messiest part of mine, even though it's better than the chocolate cupcakes that I make, because the chocolate cupcakes that I make are so illiquidy. But, oh, and the oven's ready, so we're so close. So here is, it's a pretty big spoonful. Some are not gonna be as big as others. Oops, that was too much. Okay, so first one was way too much, so don't follow that lead. See, I was just telling you what not to do, okay? And so you're gonna put 1 scoop in every one, and then go back after you're done and either put some more in the ones that need it. And usually this part's pretty boring, but yeah, if you put some music behind it or something, it'll probably be good. So I'm just gonna put these in. I'm not gonna put any music though. You're just gonna put these in. Hopefully this makes 12. If it doesn't, okay, I think I put too little then. But this, I'm not a professional baker or anything, so this might not taste the best as you want it, like some cupcakes that you get at the bakery or something. But this is my version, so live with it. And I'm sorry again, guys, for not posting last week, and there was no reason to it at all, so I'm not going to try to make up an excuse. But yeah, I just didn't post. I don't even have an excuse. I'm trying to think of anything, but just lazy. And I knew I had to do it. My mom was even like, oh, do you want to stop doing this so you can film a video? And I was like, oh no, it's fine, but I guess not. Oh my God, my hand is so sticky. Okay, wait, I'm gonna get a paddle kind of thing just so I can get all of this off. Are you kidding me? Everything is in here, and I don't even know it. Oh, yeah, it's there. So, I don't know if you can see my hand, but that glossiness is not from the camera. That is my hand. But I'm gonna try to fill up this one more, just so that I can do this. Okay. And so we're going to try to scoop that in, and we're going to try to put that. And some will be flatter than others, but it doesn't really matter because you're just gonna be filling them with icing, or yeah, if you want to do icing you can, and then decorating them. So it doesn't really matter, but yeah. So these last few ones are going to be tiny, 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 which is okay for me, but make a little bit more if you want. So this is basically them. As you guys can see, these bottom ones did not turn out very good. Right there, right there. But yeah, they hot, but here's how they came out. And one thing I realized as soon as I was cleaning up is I saw the milk still sitting on the table. And so I did forget the milk. So these won't be as good as they were if they were with the milk. And my dad said that they will be denser and not as fluffy and light. So when you put the milk in, make sure to put the milk in, because I did not, and bad idea, but they still look good and they still hopefully will taste good. And so after I was done cleaning up, but we still had time, by the way, I put them in for 25 minutes because it wasn't enough time, but I put all the Cool Whip in this, oh, it's really sticky at the top because of the Cool Whip spraying out, but I put it in this framer where I got this for like my birthday or Christmas, and I haven't yet to use it. It's basically a frosting thing, and it'll make a weird popping sound as if something's happening. It is, something's happening, but not as much. And then I would advise to search up a picture of a web to put, so I'm going to do that right now because these I cannot put anything on until they're cool. So let's just go like forward. I might even just do a light drizzle. Ooh, that looks pretty. Wait. Yeah. Okay, I'm doing a light drizzle, I guess. It looks really cool, so we're decided to do a light drizzle instead. Okay, so right now I'm just drizzling it on ever so lightly, and I'm trying to do it from a kind of a high place so that it gets everywhere and still sinks in, because it does look really cool because it soaks into the Cool Whip. So okay, so my original idea was a spider web on top, but now I'm going to change the name of these from spooky to like, I don't know, things. Some did turn out better than others, but yeah. So basically, it's cupcakes with chocolate on top. But here's how they came out. So I'm gonna put them in the fridge for them to cool, and I'm gonna put them in the fridge. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I know it was kind of long, and it took me a good hour at least to film, but thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it, comment what your favorite treat is, and subscribe, or holiday. And I'm sorry for not posting a video last week, but this will probably make up for it because this took a lot of work and effort. I'm spilling water on my shirt. I'm a mess. So I'm going to go edit this. Okay, love you.